Right, so let's get cracking. This is issue 5, and this is the series exclusive Xandria Azurebolt. So let's have a look there. So it is a Knight Incantor. It is a variation, so the details aren't really overly done. They're sort of on par with the other ones, but nonetheless it is a very fetching model, and there's plenty of conversion ideas there as well. And of course you got a fancy plain base, so we'll put that to one side, keep that nice and safe. Now there's something at the back, another loose piece, which is amazing. And look at that. Ooh, that is an amazing bit of design right there. Look at that, beautiful. And this would be Malice because it has the ring around it, and that would be where Sigmar sits on his butt up there, and that looks absolutely fantastic. Wow. Right, so we had one for the realm of Shaish, and now we've got one for Azir, Bastion of Order. Azurheim is known by many names, and it is home to many different peoples. Amongst its titles are the Eternal City and the City of the Lost. It was once the last of its kind, for the realm's other great cities had crumbled beneath the chaos onslaught. Nice. I'm not going to spoil all of the details, but here we go. The God King Sigmar has always had a close connection to the realm of heavens. It was here that he first entered the mortal realms. He strode across the lands, spreading civilization throughout the realm. Slowly, the grand city of Azurheim took form, becoming the stronghold of Sigmar's followers. High above Azurheim, the wondrous Sigmarabellum was constructed with the aid of the gods Grogni and Teclis. The Sigmarabellum was built around Malice, which is that, the broken remains of a shattered world. It's so huge that it could hold Azurheim's entire population several times over. The Sigmarabellum plays host to several of the most important structures in Azurheim. The Sigmarabellum is constantly bathed in the celestial light of the star known as Sigandil. Alright, so saying that bloody word over and over and over and over and over is really not cool. Right, Sigandil is the star that lights Azir. It sits above Sigmaron, and unlike other stars, it never moves. So it's right there. Its light can be seen in night skies across the mortal realms. Groovy, so nice little beacon there. Beneath the light of Sigandil rests the dark moon of Dohoroth. Its black and barren surface is in stark contrast to the blazing light of the star above. Dohoroth is a vast moon. Its dark mass is the single gloomy sight amidst Azir's celestial wonders. Okay, so that's that. Groovy. And we've got some more on Malice as well. So yeah, I can't really read all of it because of YouTube stuff, but there's a bit on Sigmaron, on how it's like just a massive palace essentially for Sigmar, and more on the Sigmarabellum. Sigmarabellum, I hate that bloody word. Right, so that's cool. Already chatted about that for too long. So again, $7.99. This model could easily go for $17.50, maybe £20. So yeah, eBay scalpers will definitely be out there. Xandria Azurebolt, learn about Knight Incantor and play game with a hero. So You've got your index here, a little bit from the editor, and then we go straight into the realms. Magic in the mortal realms. So magic flows through the fabric of every realm, and its power can be felt everywhere. Even the gods do not claim to fully understand the nature of such energies. Mortals who try to harness its power risk madness, mutation, or worse. Yet for those who manage to wield arcane power, glory and triumph await. So yeah, it's a good little bit of information there about how magic is really crazy in the mortal realms. If you go further to the edge of a realm, then the magic that soaks that realm becomes more prevalent and more wild. So for example, you could be in the realm of fire, you could be bang in the middle and it's kind of ordinary, blue skies, farmland, that sort of stuff. As you travel further out into the edge of the realm, it becomes like, you know, trees of fire and water. Instead of water, you got molten lava and stuff like that. So you know, creatures made of fire. So it's quite mad, and it also depends where you are in the realms. Depends on how easily that magic is used and summonable. So yeah, go through all that, and then we've got the arcanoscopes. So we have our various forms of magic. We got light magic, grey magic, amethyst, bright, gold, amber, jade, and celestial. So that's it really. I mean, each one is based on a different thing. So that's, you know, celestial magic. It's going to be predicting future and bringing down comets. Jade is realm of life. Amber would be beasts. Gold would be for metal. Bright would be for fire. Amethyst would be for death. And then grey and light magic, or dark magic and light magic. So yeah, a little bit there on that, and where you'll find them mostly, because each one sort of has been broken down into a realm, though grey and light magic are sort of like a binary realm. So they revolve around each other, sort of eclipsing each other, providing both light and darkness for all the realms. So boom, there you go. There's some more information now for free. Knights in Cantor. So there's a bit on their chamber. So Callers of the Storm, Knights of Renown. You have Xandria Azurebolt, Lena Cleessa, and Priene Blazed-Eyed. The chamber, Sacrosanct Chamber, and then equipment. So got Voidstorm Scroll, Spirit Flask, Incanter Staff, and specialities Wizard and War Leader. So it's got a little bit here on how they are pretty deadly. They are magic users. They just sort of channel the magic right through them and use it as a blunt instrument essentially. But yeah, no, they're really good. They go around, and then they got their equipment here. So you got the Voidstorm Scroll, which can be used to counter spells from enemy wizards. You got Spirit Flasks, which can be used as like a grenade essentially. In the Incanter's Staff is how they channel some of their energy and they use it to crack people on the head. And then the Spirit Storm, so howling tempests of gusting wind, bolts of deadly magical lightning is thrown at the enemy through their fingertips. And then we have the Hammers of Sigmar, Xandria Azurebolt. So she looks pretty pissed off, I think. Wouldn't you agree? So, though her eyes burn with celestial fury, Xandria Azurebolt is as calm as the eye of the storm. Woe betide the enemies of order, for within her soul rages a vengeful tempest. Cool. So, there's a bit of a breakdown there. So Storm Host, Hammers of Sigmar, famous battles, Battle of Garzan, and the relief of Rithia, I think Rithia. Specialities, Storm Magic, Arcane Warrior, and Commander. So you got a little bit on there about how she was born in Shaish, and she served as courtly wizard in Amethyst princedoms, and then when Age of Chaos came along, she did her best to fight against Nurgle and got spirited away just before she died, as heroes do. And then there's a bit on Spirit Storm. So the dead made no sound as they descended. Their swirling forms drifted in the chill breeze, vacant eye sockets glaring at the storm cast with cruel intent. The Nighthorn closed in, deathly talons grasping for their victims. Stormcast Eternals hefted their weapons and stepped aside, revealing the form of Xandria Azurebolt. Blue-white arcs of lightning played across her golden armor as her chant reached its crescendo. She thrust out an armored gauntlet. The Nighthaunt were consumed by the storm, swept into a howling vortex of crackling blue lightning and raging thunder. So that sounds pretty damn lethal, if you ask me. So there's what she wields. She's got a staff, she's got a nice sword, and she's got her tingly fingertips. And then over here we have the realms, Wars of the Dead. So of course nothing's been, easy for Nagash. He of course had to fight hordes of chaos worshippers and armies of the chaos forces in his own realm as well. But of course, it was a lot easier for him because he could just res all the dead dudes, and he's got endless supply of bodies really. But yeah, this bit it says about how he did actually get defeated at the Battle of Black Skies by the forces of chaos, but his essence still survived. So while it was coalescing and gaining strength again, the forces of chaos took over his realm. But his forces were hiding away, and when he finally got his strength back, he just popped out of nowhere essentially and just really booted them in the arse. So yeah, there you go. He really kicked their butt. A realm despoiled. During the Age of Chaos, monuments to Nagash were torn down, and his followers that remained were scattered across Shaish. Nagash returns. As the Age of Sigmar dawned, Nagash returned from the dead, busting through the starless gates to seek vengeance. Strange alliance. The vast armies of undead were halted at the Ark of Bones. Only the aid of the Stormcast Eternals saved Nagash's forces from defeat. So a nice little common enemy sort of team up thing there. So I won't spoil the details there, but it's a good read. And then of course building Xandria Azurebolt. Quite an easy step-by-step guide. I have seen people convert this model. There's plenty of things you could do. You can swap out the weapon, you can swap out hands, maybe change the head. You could always find a helmeted head and then put that instead. And then how to paint. So you'll want to paint her up in gold, and once you're finished with that, you're done for now. So it will come back to it as you get more paints, so don't worry about that. The Night Incantor lights the way. So again, you have the introduction and you have a nice little narrative there, but it goes into the hero phase. So essentially this is the time when you can use the abilities or magic if you've got it. So you want to go through this thing using the big map. You've got 10 chain rasps and Xandria Azurebolt, and it walks you through casting spells. So to cast a spell, you'd be given a character will have on its war scroll what spells it can cast, and then it will have a casting value. So say a casting value of 5. Then what you do is you roll 2 dice, and if you hit 5 or more, you cast it. Under 5, it doesn't cast. And then if the enemy had a model to stop that spell, then they would have to roll the same or more to what was rolled. So they don't have to beat the casting value, they just need to beat what you rolled to cast it. So say if you needed to roll 5, you ended up rolling 7, then they need to roll more than 7 in order to stop you from casting it. So you play through that, and then you do your movement, you got your combat, and then boom, hero phase, there you go. And then you just have fun with that. Chain rasps attack, Xandria attacks, and then you got your little bit here. So arcane bolt, there it is right there, cost value 5, and it does D3 damage. If you roll a 10 or more, damn, that's pretty damn good. So yeah, there you go. Show you a bit more on what Games Workshop can provide for you. And then we see issue 6, Thorns of the Briar Queen, which are looking absolutely gorgeous. And then issue 7, we get 2 new paints, the layer for Stormhost Silver and the shade Reckling Flesh Shade. So we're going to be painting up our Stormcast and Nighthaunts. Look, very nice. And we'll be learning how to dry brush. Interesting. So let me know what you think about that and about this, because you know I'm a fan of pretty pictures. I'm tempted just to keep that on the wall. Let me know what you think of the model. What's your favourite bit of that issue? And please make sure that you do share, like, subscribe, get the bell icon as well. Plenty of links down below for communities and for supporting the channel as well. If you want to order your stuff through Forbidden Planet, hit that link in the comments below, and I get a little kickback as well, and it'll be cheaper for you, so that's always a win, and you'll definitely get your issues on time. So if you had enough of being delayed by Hatchet, then go through Forbidden Planet and you'll almost be guaranteed regular deliveries, and without an additional cost despite frequency of delivery. So that all being said, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.